नमस्ते सबैजनालाई। आज म कक्षा 10 को कम्पाउन्ड इन्ट्रेस्ट भन्ने टपिक्स लिएर तपाईहरुको माझ उपस्थित भइसकेको छु। आज सम्भवतः हामी कम्पाउन्ड इन्ट्रेस्टको बारेमा डिस्कस गर्ने छौं। र आजको टपिक्सलाई यसरी नै अघि बढाउँ। मेरो परिचय खुलाउनु पर्दा खासमा यो कम्पाउन्ड इन्ट्रेस्टको टपिक बनाउनु पर्ने एउटा मुख्य उद्देश्य भनेको इन सेमेस्टर एसेसमेन्ट हो कम्पाउन्ड इन्ट्रेस्टमा। course EDMT 540 ICT in Mathematics. Course facilitator Neeraj Dal and Siddhartha Rajaksar. Presented by me myself, Suraj Limbu, MA in Mathematics. हामी compound interest को बारेमा डिस्कस गर्छौं आज। compound interest मा सुरुमा हामीले यो जुनियर लेभलमा पढिसकेको compound interest को बारेमा simple interest को बारेमा डिस्कस गर्छौं। What is simple interest? Simple interest, the interest which is calculated from the original principal for any interval of time, and the rate is called simple interest. जस्तै कुनै पनि इन्ट्रेस्ट एउटा ओरिजिनल प्रिन्सिपलमा आउँछ, एउटा सर्टेन इन्टरभलमा आउँछ, आइरहन्छ भने त्यसलाई हामी सिम्पल इन्ट्रेस्ट भन्छौं। पहिलो वर्ष पनि ब्याज सिम्पल इन्ट्रेस्ट ब्याज मानिलियौ 50 रुपैयाँ आयो भने दोस्रो वर्ष पनि 85 रुपैयाँ, तेस्रो वर्ष पनि 85 रुपैयाँ, सेम इन्ट्रेस्ट आयो भने त्यस्तो खालको इन्ट्रेस्टलाई हामी सिम्पल इन्ट्रेस्ट भन्छौं। कुनै पनि प्रिन्सिपल, if the principal should be invested, deposited in bank, so on. So the formula to calculate the simple interest is SI is equals to PTR into 100, as you can see through my mouse. Similarly, the topic that we have to learn in grade 10 is compound interest annually. Compound interest annually, when it was here, this compound interest may be the new term for you. Compound interest means when the principal of when the interest of a principal for 1 year is added to the principal, and the interest for the next year is calculated from the new principal, it is called compound interest. भनेको पहिलो वर्ष एउटा प्रिन्सिपल कुनै पनि प्रिन्सिपलले पहिलो वर्षमा केही न केही इन्ट्रेस्ट लिन्छ र दोस्रो वर्षमा यदि यो इन्ट्रेस्ट चाहिँ प्रिन्सिपलमै जोडियो भने त्यस्तो खालको इन्ट्रेस्टलाई such kind of interest is called compound interest. The interest in compound interest, the interest of each year will be added to the principal. Such kind of interest is called compound interest. As I have written the same thing in the definition, you can see over here, in the case of simple interest, the principal always remains the same. Simple interest को केसमा भनेको principal same रहन्छ, whereas the principal increases every year in the case of compound interest. Why it increases? Because as we have discussed before, एउटा प्रिन्सिपलमा सर्टेन टाइम एक वर्ष पछाडी इन्ट्रेस्ट बढ्छ, इन्ट्रेस्ट बढिसकेपछि त्यसलाई हामीले प्रिन्सिपलमा फेरि ल्याएर जोड गर्नुपर्ने हुन सक्छ, हुन्छ। त्यसैले the compound interest may be increased every year. So let us try to derive the formula. For deriving, let us consider principal as a P, rate as a R%, time as a 1 year. त्यसो भएपछि, if so, let's erase this all. Now, so let us try to find the interest of 1 year. As we have discussed before, interest निकाल्ने formula भनेको P into T into R divided by 100. You can calculate by the formula using the formula of simple interest. P was supposed to be P. Time भनेको अघि 1 year लेखेको थियौं हामीले, rate was rate, R as it is, so the value will be PR by 100. So what will be the amount? Amount भनेको चाहिँ के हो भन्दा amount is the sum of principal and interest. The principal is given P as it is. Similarly, the interest, we have just calculated the interest of 1 year. The interest is PR by 100. So if we take P common, the remaining will be P times 1 plus R by 100. So this one is the amount of first year. However, before we have discussed one more thing, that is in every year the principal increases, right? So the principal in In the new principle, नयाँ प्रिन्सिपलमा अगाडिको प्रिन्सिपलमा इन्ट्रेस्ट जोडेको हुन्छ भनेर पढाएको थियो. The interest will be added to the principal, isn't it? So whatever be the amount of first year will be the principal of second year. So the principal will be the same. That will be P times 1 plus R by 100. As we have discussed, as we have taken before also, time was taken as a 1 year. We'll do the same over here also. We have taken the rate as a R, so we'll do the same thing. So again, the formula to calculate the simple interest is, we have already used this formula, no? You formula padaichha the simple interest value, the P into T into R divided by 100. The value for P भनेको second year को principal भनेको P times 1 plus R by 100 छ. T is remain same. Rate भनेको R हो divided by 100. अब अघि हामीले डिस्कस गरे जस्तै the value for time is 1 year, isn't it? Others are written same. अब P into R भनेर multiply गर्दा PR भयो. यो तलको divided by 100 ले same लेख्ने. So let us write 1 plus R by 100 as it is. The same thing is done in these two methods. So similarly, let us calculate the amount as we have discussed before. The formula to calculate the amount is P plus I, principal plus interest. Principal, second year को principal बनेगा दिशा, second year को principal बनेगा यो, it is P times 1 plus R by 100 plus what is the interest of the second year? The interest of the second year, interest of the second year बनेगा यो, interest of second year बनेगा दिशा PR by 100 times 1 plus R by 100. So, okay, let me remove all so that it will be easy for me. So let us take P and P common. P common. Similarly, let us take 1 plus R by 100, 1 plus R by 100 common. If we do so, P 1 plus R by 100 is taken common. अब यहाँबाट सबै चीज common गइसकेपछि केही रहेन. We have to write here 1. In middle we have plus. Same plus is written. R by 100 is left over here, so same R by 100 is written here. So while doing so, 1 plus R by 100, 1 plus R by 100 is same. Multiply गर्दाखेरि P times 1 plus R by 100 को whole square हुन्छ. भनेको second year को amount भनेको P times 1 plus R by 100 भनेर छ. त्यसै गरी similarly, if we calculate of third year, हेर्नु है, अघि P times 1 plus R by compound amount of 1 year भनेको P times 1 plus R by 100 भनेको केही छैन, power 1 रहेछ. यहाँ second year मा 2 रहेछ. अब similarly, if we go on calculating, in the third year it will come. The amount in third year will be P times 1 plus R by 100 को power whole 3. Amount in fourth year will be P times 1 plus R by 100 whole to the power 4. र त्यसै गरी टाइमलाई चाहिँ T year लिने हो भने the value will be P times 1 plus R by 100 whole to the power T. That is the formula of compound amount annually. Annually को अर्थ अघि annually भनेको थिएन, अहिले annually भनेर नयाँ शब्द आयो. Annually means that interest is added to the principal. Interest is added to the principal at the end of 1 year. एक वर्षमा गएर जोइन गर्ने थपिने भयो भने त्यसलाई हामी annually भन्छौँ. There are other cases also. There are semi-annually cases also. Semi-annually भनेको interest will be added to the principal at the end of 6 months. 6 महिना. 6 महिना पुग्छ, ब्याज आउँछ, त ब्याजलाई फेरि लगेर प्रिन्सिपलमा जोड्ने, फेरि 6 महिनामा ब्याज आउँछ, फेरि प्रिन्सिपलमा लगेर जोड्ने. In this case, in this way, we can calculate the formula of compound amount. Keep in mind. यो चाहिँ दिमागमा राख्नु. The formula to calculate the compound amount is P times 1 plus R by 100 whole to the power T. Now let's go similarly in compound interest N. As we know, the formula to calculate the compound interest is compound interest भनेको amount minus principal. यो चाहिँ हामीले smaller grades मा पनि पढाएको छ. What is the formula to calculate the simple interest भन्दा हामीले A minus B भनेको छ. The formula to calculate the interest is A minus P भनेको छ. The formula remains same over here. If we say compound interest, हामीले compound interest भन्यो भने यहाँ compound amount भन्नुपर्छ. So the formula to calculate the compound interest is CA minus P. The value for compound amount is P times 1 plus R by 100 whole to the power T. Just अगाडिको स्लाइडमा निकालेको छ. The P will be written this P as it is. If we take this P and this P common, the remaining will be P times 1 plus R by 100 whole to the power T minus 1. यो भनेकै यहाँ लेख्ने. So the formula for compound interest is P times 1 plus R by 100 whole to the power T. I hope you are clear up to here. यो दुईटा formula बुझ्यो. Now let's go thirdly in the other formula. अब अर्कोमा जाउँ, compound amount annually मा जाउँ, semi-annually मा जाउँ. In compound amount semi-annually, the rate will be the rate R% छ per year छ भने अब यो rate चाहिँ half हुन्छ half year मा. Semi-annually भनेकै half year मा rate half हुन्छ R/2. Time will be जस्तो time 2 years छ भने 2 years मा कतिवटा सेमी एनुअल हुन्छ होला त. सेमी भनेको 6 month कतिवटा हुन्छ होला त भन्दाखेरि डबल हुन्छ हैन. 2 वर्षमा 1 वर्षमा दुईटा 6 महिना, अर्को वर्षमा दुईटा 6 महिना गरेर जम्मा time period will be double. यो half yearly 6 महिनाको इन्टरभललाई लिने हो भने टाइम चाहिँ 2t half years हुन्छ. त्यतिखेर we have to replace the time by 2t ra rate by R/2. So in that case, the formula for compound amount will be P times 1 plus R by, अघि R by 100 पढाएको थियो. अब त्यो R को ठाउँमा R/2 लेख्नुपर्छ. त्यही भएर R/200 time को ठाउँमा 2t लेख्नुपर्छ. In this way, we can derive the formula for the compound amount semi-annually. Similarly, for the compound interest annually, we can use a similar type of formula. अघि derive गरेकै ठाउँमा जहाँ रेट छ रेटको ठाउँमा R/2 लेख्ने, टाइम को ठाउँमा 2t लेख्ने, अथवा or you can go by the next method also. Next method will be compound interest is equals to CA minus principal. Just before we have read the formula for compound amount and semi-annually is P times R by 100 whole to the R to the power P times 1 plus R by 200 whole to the power 2t minus P. यो दुईटैबाट फेरि P लेख्यो भने commonly भने यति हुन्छ. So the value for compound interest semi-annually will be this much. So these are the required formula that you need in grade 10. अब कहिले यहाँ कस्तो आउन सक्छ भने semi-annually, quarterly पनि आउन सक्छ. Quarterly को condition पनि आउन सक्छ. Quarterly भनेको बुझ्नुपर्छ. Interest will be added to the quarterly. Interest will be added to the principal at the end of 3 months. 3 महिनामा जोडियो भने यसलाई हामी quarterly भन्छौँ. त्यतिखेर rate भनेको R/4 हुन्छ र time भनेको 40 हुन्छ. You can change the formula over here. त्यतिखेर compound interest annual quarterly भयो भने P times 1 plus R by 400 लेख्नु पर्यो. त्यतिखेर यहाँनिर 400 हुन्छ र यहाँनिर 40 हुन्छ. The remaining formula will be same. I hope you have developed the concept over here. Now, त्यसो हो भने now let's try some of the problems. I have listed some of यहाँ एउटा knowledge question आएको छ. The compound interest and the compound amount on a sum of money on a sum P in T years at R% per annum compound interest CI and CA. Write the relation between among P, T, R and CA when it's a knowledge equation. It will be the formula to calculate the compound interest is P times 1 plus R by 100 whole to the power T minus 1. formula. Similarly, let's try some understanding level question. Dostoma, find the compound amount compounded annually, which principal is 2000, time is 2 years, rate is 5%, use it 2 marks. The question answer. Now, principal given, time given, rate given. Now, the formula to calculate the compound amount is P times 1 plus R by 100 whole to the power T. P when it go 2000, 1 plus R by 100 whole square. Garda 5 by 100 will be 0.05. त्यसमा जोड्दाखेरि 1 plus 0.05 भनेको 1.05 को होल स्क्वायर भनेको 1.05 को होल स्क्वायर भनेको 1.1025 र प्रोडक्ट गर्दाखेरि 2205 हुन्छ. That is the answer for second number. I hope the concepts are being developed. Similarly, the third one, the compound interest on a sum of money at 8% per annum for 2 years is more than the simple interest on a sum of money at the same rate for the same time by 7,680. When the question is like this, the rate, we have to list some of the things. For example, the sum of money when you go principal at the rate of at 8% per annum when you go rate for 2 years when you go time. Yesta kuralai chai list garnu paryo. On a sum of money when you go feri pani principal at the same rate when you go rate bhayalo for the same time when you go time bhayalo. Firstly, we have to list these things. Principal, let us list the principal. Sum of money, the principal when principal is not given. At 8% per annum, rate is given 8% for 2 years. Time is given 2 years. On the same sum when you go principal, here underline pen dekhincha. You can see the underlines over there. For the same time, we have just list principal, rate and time. This calculation ma principal, time र rate लाई list गर्ने, especially more or less भएको condition ma. Now let's write the thing over here. अब condition लेखौँ त जस्तै, if you could see, यो underline गरेको भन्दा फाल्टो ल्याउँ त. The compound interest भनेको छ, let's write the compound interest. Compound interest भनेको छ, let's write the compound interest. Is भनेको छ, the condition will be, let me write over here. I have written properly over there. Is भनेको is equal to, यो underline गरेको नहेर्नु है. More भनेको धेरै. So let us use the word plus. Then the simple interest भनेपछि you have to use the word SI. अब अघि more भनिसक्यो. कतिले more भन्दा 76.80 ले more भनेछ. So we can list the same thing over here. So the condition will be CI is equals to SI plus 76.80. I hope you have understood this one. Now let's use the formula of compound interest. It is केही भने छैन भने, केही भने छैन, कुन annually लाउने कि semi annual लाउने कि quarterly लाउने, केही भने छैन. If so, we have to use the formula of P times 1 plus R by 100 whole to the power T minus 1. Annually लाउनु पर्यो. Simple interest को formula P into T into R divided by 100 गर्ने plus 76.80 गर्नु पर्यो. त्यसै गरे. अब let's use the value. Rate, the value for rate is 8%. 8 by 100 whole to the power 2 minus 1. Principal भनेको P, time भनेको 2, rate भनेको 8 गर्ने. Now let's calculate the value over here. 8 by 100 भनेको 0.08. 2 8s are 16P by 100. Let's calculate the value. त्यसो गर्दा 1 plus 0.08 भनेको 1.08 को whole square minus 1. Let's divide over here. 16 divided by 100 will be 0.16p. Similarly, the square of 1.08 will be 1.1664 minus 1. Similarly, we can subtract over here. Subtract 1 by 1.1664 minus 1 0.1664. 0.16p plus 76.80. अब यसलाई left side मा ल्याउने हो भने it becomes like this. घटाइदिउँ, योबाट यो घटाउँदाखेरि the value will be equal to 0.0064 into p is equals to 76.80. अब यो multiply मा छ, यसलाई अर्को साइड मा लाँदाखेरि डिवाइड हुन्छ. It will be divided by 0.0064. Divide गर्दा the value will be 12,000. The question has asked us to find the sum. Sum निस्क्यो, sum यानी कि principal निस्क्यो. So the required sum is 12,000. So I hope you have clearly understood the question. Thank you everyone for listening. Thank you. Please do come in for the feedback. Thank you everyone.